Just what is Black? Is Black being possessed by some sort of different entity? Is he actually Goku? Which, I mean, he obviously isn't. You guys know. If you watched episode 50, you guys already know. Because he, you know, tells Goku that, pretty much he says, I've been excited to fight you in this body, which implies that that isn't his real body. The thing is that everybody's thinking right now, including myself, is that Black could possibly be Zamasu himself. Or, well, at least possessed by Zamasu. That's actually one theory. There's two theories here that I have. The first one is obviously that Zamasu is some sort of Makaioshin that ended up possessing Goku's body for whatever reason it could be, and then decided to wreak havoc, use, you know, his time ring to travel to the future or to the past or whatever, because I don't think that he can travel to the past, but he travels to the future through timelines, destroying planets for no reason and their inhabitants. The second thing is Goku Black has the Potara earring. It's been confirmed that it's a Potara earring, and the translation for the earring obviously was that it was a Potara. Now, could the start, the opening of Super signify, you know, the part where Zamasu, it shows like that Kai or Makaioshin, whatever, how he falls? Could that mean that Goku Black ended up killing him and then stole, I guess, the time ring from him in case he already had that Potara? Because I feel like this is going to be like a Makaioshin going up against a different Kaioshin who did have that ring of time, if that makes sense to you guys. So I feel like Zamasu, the guy that we're being shown, is actually some sort of decoy, okay, that he's a decoy and that the true person is going to be revealed. Because we had the androids, like Android 19 and 20 pop up, and it was like, oh god, and then they showed 18 and 17 and it was like, oh god, and then they ended up showing Cell, which was the true villain. So if he ended up killing Zamasu, okay, and he started traveling around causing all of these distortions, because we already witnessed one distortion here, okay, we witnessed one distortion, and upon witnessing this distortion, it didn't seem like that much, because he ended up traveling. He was only able to travel back in time because he ended up locking on to the, I guess, residual energy that was left behind by Trunks' time machine. He locked onto that, and then he followed that time machine through time and then ended up here. So that would explain why he was only able to stay for a limited time, because of these, I guess, rifts opening up as, you know, Trunks traveled. I guess you could say that it kind of sliced up the dimensions, and then Black was able to follow, and as they started to close up, he got pulled back, if that makes sense to you guys. So that was the only reason he was able to travel to the past. It's been explained that this ring cannot travel to the past, but only to the future, unless it can, but everyone's forbidden, if that makes sense as well. Now, if Zamasu ended up being killed, would that be enough of a reason for Beerus's, Whis', and even the Omni King's Xeno's involvement? Because Xeno has been shown to be able to wipe out universes. Now, upon saying that, you know, the Xeno being able to wipe out universes, could this entity be something that ended up escaping that imminent destruction of one of those 6 universes? Because I want you guys to keep in mind, this information is dropped for a reason. It's been mentioned for a reason. This stuff has been scripted. It's mentioned for a reason. They don't just say it randomly. It's been scripted. That means it's gonna pop up eventually, because we ended up explaining to Goku and Vegeta that this guy is so powerful because, not because of his fighting prowess, but because he's able to just annihilate and wipe out things if he wants to, with just a blink of an eye or just a simple thought. So there used to be 18 universes. With that in mind, does that mean that the universes used to be triplets? Is that what that means? Because I don't want to get into like the whole mathematical equation stuff, but just know that it makes sense. And 6 universes were just wiped out just like that. So that would cause a being just to get angry and to just abuse rules, to kill some sort of, I guess, Kaioshin, take his time ring, end up traveling, and then proclaim that they're doing it for justice, destroying everything else, just like their universe was destroyed because Xeno was angry. Now, I could be pulling at strings here, but to me it feels like that this is why this is happening and why this would be enough of a reason for everybody to get involved. Because if you remember, it was said that Beerus Whis, well, pretty much the gods of destruction, and even the Omni King himself would end up being involved. So Goku Black is going to end up, I assume, he's going to end up making really bad time distortions, which are going to test like the bounds and limits of the universes themselves. I really want to see like universes being merged, like convergence events, if that makes sense, like universes melting into each other. So we see something from a different universe at one side of the world, and we see something different in another side. If that makes sense, that'll be so cool. Just seeing the worlds just like converge. Now, I don't know if I'm going off topic here, but this would be insane because man, I'm losing track here. Like, I'm so absorbed into this, I'm jumping from one thing from another. So we need to step back a little bit. So when I said that Zeno would be involved, how would Black be able to escape from Zeno once the Omni King himself, you know, I guess notices what's going on? We don't know if he's able to just know everything constantly, see every evil, know the future and the past, if that makes sense. But if he's not able to be able to see everything, that would explain why this black entity, as it is called, would be able to wreak havoc for so long. And it just feels like it holds a grudge for what happened, why its universe was destroyed. And I don't know, it's either a Makaioshin or something. I'm losing my mind here. This episode is tearing me away, but I don't know, I don't even know how to conclude this video, so I'm just gonna say, from what you guys have heard, do you guys agree with most of the stuff that I've said? Because it ended up turning into some sort of, I guess, discussion that you would eventually lose track of as we kept going. So that's why I'm going to cut it short here. And like I said, just tell me what you guys think of the overall idea. The summary of this is that Black is either Zamasu, or he ended up killing Zamasu, stealing his ring, and then, you know, ended up going back in time, or well, into the future, traveling through timelines, destroying planets. And that's eventually how the gods of destruction and Zeno will eventually get involved, because he's not supposed to be doing that. He's breaking rules that have been set, and eventually people will notice. And as they notice, they're going to get involved, they're going to try and stop it, and his eventual endgame might be just trying to destroy everything. I understand that I got more hyped in this video than usual, and it's because there's so much to talk about, and this is going to be discussed for years down the line, I have a feeling. But like I said, I was actually interrupted before, and you guys are not going to see that because I cut it out. But pretty much the discussion here is, or well, my points were that, you know, Black is actually Zamasu himself, or Zamasu controlling him, or it's some sort of demonic entity like a Makaioshin, a really corrupt Makaioshin for some weird reason, you know, controlling Goku Black, stealing a time ring from Zamasu, who could be just a normal Kai with a time ring, and then just going around just destroying things for the sake of justice. But it would make sense if this being is from, I guess, an unseen universe that was destroyed, if that makes sense, and then got a time ring and ended up traveling through timelines to destroy, you know, different worlds, I guess, to get revenge or something for as to why the universe was destroyed, if it makes sense. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video, as it would show that you guys enjoy this discussion. And please partake in the discussion. Leave your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys. Have an epic day.